رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين ثم أما بعد. Brothers, I don't know who I should blame, we've been late. Now it's after 8 o'clock, it's supposed to be, we start around 7 something, 7:30. So anyway, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us and the people who was the reason, we late. Anyway, we're going to continue, inshallah. Today, inshallah, I'm not going to take too long. I try to, to balance the time. We have a commandment. There's 10 commandments from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the Quran. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud رضي الله عنه وعن الصحابة جميعا, he said, whoever wants to read the will of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is the last will of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the people, he said, read these ayats. Ayah 151 and 52, I think 52 and 53. Surah Al-An'am. So this is the 10th commandment. And I, as a request, as an advice, I want everyone to memorize these commandments. We should memorize these commandments. So I don't know who's ready to memorize it. It's a few ayah.
I am.
Few ayah. It's not a lot. But has 10 important things for us, for the ummah. So you can start and come back next week. You have 7 days to memorize these ayats. And it will be beautiful if we raising each other to memorize these ayats. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, قُلْ تَعَالَوْا أَتْلُ مَا حَرَّمَ رَبُّكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ أَلَّا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. This is the first thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the time is too tight to make it Arabic and English. And please, forgive me. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, He said, قُل. What's the meaning of قُل in the Quran? For everyone.
O prophet.
Huh?
No, prophet.
Say or command.
Say, O prophet or O messenger. When you hear from the Quran, قُل, the word of قُل, doesn't write if you say قُل O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because Allah not call him Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All you see, يا أيها الرسول, يا أيها النبي, يا أيها المزمل. So like this. So there is no Ya Muhammad. He called the messengers, Ya Musa, Ya Isa.
It's not the same.
He called
I'm gonna ask him again.
Ya Ibrahim. He used to call the messengers by their names. But there is no call for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam by his name.
Can you confirm the number?
Ayah 151, Surah Al-An'am.
151.
151. If you look at the ayah, 151 and I think 151 and 52. To end of the ayah, وأن هذا صراطي مستقيم فاتبعوه لعلكم تتقون. So starting with قل. قل تعالوا أتل ما حرم ربكم عليكم ألا تشركوا به شيئا. Say, O Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell the mushrikeen, come together. If they denied you as a messenger, if they deny the Quran, if they disbelieve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, tell them, come sit, let me tell you, let me read to you, let me show you what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command you. And the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to call the people is very nice, very simple, very merciful. You know, you don't believe me? Okay, listen to me. You don't accept it? Okay, listen, let me explain it to you and see, look at it. Because the truth, if someone looking for the truth sweet to the point, if someone looking for the truth, he's not going to reject it. Like, who reject the truth? The one who, he's not looking for truth. He just following his desire, or he looking to against. He's not looking for truth. The one who looking for truth, when he looking for it, Allah, He make the truth bright to him. When he hear it, when he see it, he accept it. This is, you know, when you see someone not accepting the truth, meaning from the inside, he's not looking for the truth. That's why he doesn't accept it. Because if there's from the inside, he truly looking for truth, Allah will make the truth bright, sweet, beautiful to him to accept it. He will accept it. That's why He said, you know, tell them, come, sit and listen. Let me tell you not what I see. Let me tell you what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it haram upon you. And when you look at the stuff, you know, whoever looking for the truth, he will accept it. The first thing He said, tell them, come sit down and listen. Let me tell you what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it haram upon you. The first thing He said, tell them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He make it haram upon you to make a partner for Him. أَلَّا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ شَيْئًا. Allah make it haram you to make partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Any way, anyhow. Allah make it haram to make a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then after, who remembered the last week? Who remembered the last week? The second thing is starting also this ayah. Tell the people, come sit down, let me tell you what Allah make it haram you. Allah make it haram you to make any type of partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He make it haram upon you. And then second thing, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. So I'm not going to explain again because last week was, we spoke about the ayah, was about how to be good to your parents. So, to be good to your parents, that's the second one. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُم مِّنْ إِمْلَاقٍ نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُكُمْ وَإِيَّاهُمْ. In the other ayah, in Isra, He said, نَحْنُ نَرْزُقُهُمْ وَإِيَّاكُمْ. So, there's the two ayah. I mentioned this because one time I was talking about the ayah and somebody said, you know, you memorize the ayah opposite way. I said, no, there's another ayah. The same, but you know, the other ayah is different one. Anyway, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, Allah command you, after He command you to worship Allah alone without any partner, and to be good to your parents. And then the third one, Allah make it haram upon you to bury your kids, you know, because of hunger, because of providing. In the time of Jahiliyyah before Islam, some people they used to bury their kids. When they born, they bury them because of the poorness, because they don't know how to provide them, because they scared to not be able to provide them. So they used to kill their kids, bury their kids. So the Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell the people, this is unlawful. This is haram. This is not allowed for you. Because provision is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Provision is not coming from you. We have a hadith, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, إِنَّ أَحَدَكُمْ يجمع الخلق في بطن أمه 40 يوما نطفة ثم يكون علقة مثل ذلك ثم يكون مضغة مثل ذلك ثم يرسل إليه الملك فينفخ فيه الروح ويؤمر بأربع كلمات بكتب رزقه وأجله وعمله وشقي أم سعيد. The shahid بكتب رزقه. The first thing. Prophet ﷺ, he said, everyone amongst you, he was in the womb of his mother, in the stomach of his mother, for 40 days was a drop of sperm, water. And then, after 40 days, turned to bloody. And then another 40 days, turned to a flesh, to meats. And this is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates the baby in the womb of the mother, in the stomach. The 40 days doesn't change. 40 days, as the first 40 days, stay, sperm in the stomach of the mother, the womb of the mother, doesn't change. When finished 40 days, when turned 41, stay, turn to a bloody. For another 40 days, stay bloody. And then when finish 80 days, when turn 81, start turn to a meat, to a flesh, to a meat. And then after 120 days, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he sent the angels, he blew the soul in the baby. So 140 days. And that's why scholars, they have different for the before 140 days. But after 140 days, it's haram to miscarry the baby. To by force, what do you call it?
Abortion.
Huh?
Abortion?
Abortion, yeah. It's haram. It's haram. It's not allowed.
140 or 120?
No, after 120.
120, yeah.
Because you keep saying 140.
At 3 months.
No, 120. No. 40, so it's more than 40. No, 120 days.
Okay.
Because 140 days, based on the hadith,
120.
120. SubhanAllah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Astaghfirullah.
No, it's 120.
No, 120.
بدي اشك بنفسي انا.
Okay, so based on the hadith, after 120 days, so the angel blew the soul in the baby. And then after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command to write for the baby 4 things. The first one, his provision. So you 120 days in your stomach of mother. This is the second written for you, because in the unseen, علم الغيب, لوح المحفوظ, it's been written for you. It's already. But when you become soul come to your body, again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he rewrite it for you. So your provision, whatever Allah write for you, you're gonna get it. We're smelling something nice, right?
Yes.
We don't know how they made it. They put some stuff together and they make a mix and then they dry it. So this is what I see the brother used to do it in the store. So, but the material, we don't know who picked it. Who was taking care of this in the garden, whatever place, and then he picked it, and then he brought it, and they grind it, they cook it, they put it on a stick, they bring it to the store. Somebody bought it, somebody turned it on, and we smell it. This is written. You have to smell this. There's no way to go away. No way. It's written for you. If there's one single seed, I don't know, the rice we have today, who knows from where coming? We don't know, from China, from America, we don't know from where. We don't know. Maybe from here, from America, maybe from China, maybe from India, maybe from Pakistan, from somewhere stand. We don't know. It's coming from somewhere. Who was taking care of this? Who pick it? Who pack it? Who sell it? Who send it? But we ate it today. This is written for you. And the seed, the single seed is not written for you. You're going to find it in a carpet. is fall down. It's not going to go to your stomach because it's not written for you. Meaning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, tell them it's haram upon you to kill your kids because of the poorness, because the provision is coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then coming to, there's a benefit, birth control and this kind of stuff, I think some people may have a question, some people they don't want to ask a question because maybe they shy or something, but there's benefit, we should not ignore it. Brothers in general is not allowed to take birth controls. In general is not. If there's a reason, and we have to look at the reason. If reasonable reason, then it's okay. If not, it's not allowed. Why? Because related to this subject. That's why I want to mention this. We have a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he told us, تزوجوا الولود الودود إني مكاثر بكم الأمم يوم القيامة. Try to marry a woman to have a lot of kids. Because I will be proud when I see my followers in the Day of Judgment more than others. Try to marry women, have kids. A lot of kids. It may someone ask also, how we know this lady or this woman or this girl will have a lot of kids?
Look at the parents.
Look at the parents, the family, the aunts, and the family. Look at the people. So, based on this hadith also, just for no reason, is not allowed, because we have a recommendation from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's telling us to have women to have more kids, to have a lot of kids, to have more followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, more people to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So because of this, it's not allowed in general, just take birth control just because it's difficult, it's not easy. No, that's not, you not provide the baby. When the baby born, before he born is written for him. Whatever, eating is written for him. So, this is the third one. We have the fourth one, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْفَوَاحِشَ مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَمَا بَطَنَ. You do not get close to the fahisha. Hidden and open fahisha. What's fahisha?
Desire.
In Arabic, they said الفاحشة
Anything doesn't exist.
كل ما استفحشته العقول السليمة والفطر السليمة من الفواحش. ولكن هناك درجات في الفواحش، درجات عالية وناصية، وهكذا تفاوت بين الذنوب والمعاصي. So fahisha, whatever is naturally, the pure intellect, this not accepted. So meaning this is fahisha. This is not good. Something not good. Whatever the pure intellect rejected, like for example, I'll give you an example. Who don't know stealing is bad? Who don't know? Oh, everybody knows. Muslim and non-Muslim. Who don't know killing people is not bad? Who don't know? Everybody knows. Who don't know hurting others is not bad? Everybody knows.
It's bad.
It's bad, yeah. Everybody knows it's bad.
Because you're saying it's not bad.
No, it's bad. Everybody knows. So in general, everyone knows what is good, what is bad. But so the pure intellect, no way to accept something disliked. No way to pure intellect, no way to accept something is not good. No way. So everybody rejecting everything bad. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell the people all type of bad is haram upon you. Either hidden bad or open bad. There's a statement from the scholars. Some of them they said open bad, what is people doing it to the people, to the public. And the hidden, bad, which is the people who, whatever people not seeing it, but still you doing it. Some of them they said zina, fornication and adultery is a fahisha. And so there's a many different statements, but the short meaning, everything bad, if you, something bad in your heart, something bad in your actions. Like for example, hatreds. To hate your brothers, this is something bad. But this is not the actions of the limbs, it's action of the heart. So this is hidden action. This is a hidden fahisha. So this is not something good. So even the people doesn't know, but you keeping it in your heart, but still is hidden to the people. So hidden to the people. So anyway, any type of bad, the people know or people don't know. If something related to your heart or related to your limbs, whatever is bad, hidden or open, is haram. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He make it haram upon us. And then we have the number 4, we have وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ. 5. You do not kill someone with no rights. It's haram upon you with no rights to kill someone. You may ask, how become right if someone attack you in your house? You defend yourself. Best you can do to not kill. But if you did, this is your right. As an example, if someone attacking you, to take your money, to take your house, to come into the house, coming to steal. So this is your right to defend yourself. If you wasn't able to do nothing except to kill him, it's your right to do it because you're defending yourself. This is as an example. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He make it haram to kill anyone with no rights. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ذَلِكُمْ وَصَاكُمْ بِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. And this is the wasiyah of Allah. This is the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the legislation of Allah for you to be لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ, to memorize it and to become intelligent, make you intelligent, make you to remember the right of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to go to the end because I don't want to make you too late, except if you give me permission. I don't know.
The thing is, if anybody want to leave, they can leave. You can continue and finish.
Okay, I'm going to continue. Whoever want to leave is, it's up to you. I don't want to make it too long for you, but we have, again, if you can memorize these ayats, will be beautiful, with the meaning of the ayats. Because this is the last word of the Prophet ﷺ, wasiyah of the Prophet ﷺ for the ummah. So, and then we have وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا مَالَ الْيَتِيمِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. You do not get close to the wealth of the orphans except with the rights. And then some scholars, they said, if someone taking the wealth of the orphan to take care of the orphan themselves, to take care of them, and he's using their wealth for them, it's okay. It's okay. If you know there's an orphan, as an example, they have $100,000. And they're kids. They don't know how to take care of themselves. So it's allowed for you to take this money to spend it for them and help them. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا مَالَ الْيَتِيمِ إِلَّا بِالَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. You know, the best way if you deal with their wealth is okay. So if you take their money to take care of them, it's okay. And some scholars, they said, if you poor and you in need, because you take care of them, if you spend a little bit from there what they have to help yourself, is okay. But to the point, to the amount you need, not extra, not more. Like for example, you need $10, not allowed for you to make it 11, as an example. You needed 1 meal, it's not allowed to make it 2 meals. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell the people, come sit down and tell you what Allah make it haram upon you. So one of them, which is number 5, number 6, numbers, you keep the numbers. You know, you do not get close to the wealth of the orphans except with the right way. Don't touch or get close to their wealth except with the right way. Can somebody help me to remind me with the numbers we mentioned?
Yep.
Okay, the first one.
Don't make a partner to Allah.
Don't make a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Be good to your parents.
Be good to your parents.
Don't kill the children.
Don't
bury your children.
Don't bury your kids. Don't kill your kids because of the poorness.
Don't get close to fahish.
Don't get close to the fahisha, to the bad.
Haram to kill
hidden
someone
kill
anyone with
no right.
No right.
Don't,
Haram to kill anyone with no right.
Okay, it's haram. You do not kill anyone with no right. And then number 6, don't get close to the wealth of the orphans. Good. So, brothers, yes, Habib.
So here, the wealth of the team, who are the within those? Like, who are the within that? Is that including the mother, the children? Who?
So no, we not finished. So I stopped there and then I came to my mind to ask, the brothers. Okay, so number 6, which is you do not get close to the right of the orphans except with right. For how long? حتى يبلغ أشده. حتى يبلغ أشده. Some scholars, they said, until they get to age of puberty. Some of them, they said, no, age of puberty, and they're reliable to give them their money to take care of themselves. Because not everyone, age of puberty, reliable.
Still young.
Is responsible. Not responsible. So you keep it, you take care of them until they get age of puberty, and then you see they are responsible. They have ability to take care of themselves. Then from there, you give them, their wealth, and you live it off. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَوْفُوا الْكَيْلَ وَالْمِيزَانَ بِالْقِسْطِ. وَأَوْفُوا الْكَيْلَ وَالْمِيزَانَ. وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. Who memorized the ayah? وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. Right? وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. Okay, majority. وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. Who's مطففين? مطففين, the one who, if you want to sell, he try to give less. If you want to buy, he will get more. When he sell, for example, when he want to sell, sort of, he's selling, for example, 10 pounds of apples. And he'd like to return one apple. This is him. He's not giving complete rights. When he want to sell, he tried to give less and get his money complete. And when he want to buy something, he want to get more. For example, 10 pounds of apple. After he put it in the bag, before he paid, he put another apple. He want to get more. So this is, I give the example with the one apple, just as an example, to make it easy to get to the point. So this person, they call him mutaffif. This is mutaffifin. This type of people, they call him mutaffifin. And what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said for them, wail. What's wail? Severe punishment for them in the day of judgment. Or there's a valley in the hellfire, they will be in this valley because of this action. So in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَأَوْفُوا الْكَيْلَ وَالْمِيزَانَ بِالْقِسْطِ. When you sell, try to look at your scale, balance it, be just, give the right of the people. We have back home some people, this is the skills, a long time ago, they have it with the hand, they carry like this. So the side of the weight, they put something under the scale.
Extra weights.
Extra weight, to be heavier, to give less. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, tell the people, Allah make it haram upon you if you're not just when you sell and when you buy. Deal with the skills, with selling and buying, with the just. Be just.
So here in Rochester, we have a lot of farms. So when you go to a farm, you pay for a bag of, say, apples. So then you're there eating, like 10, 20 apples. So would that come under, like you're paying?
No, if you talk about Rochester, we have some places, they said, eat as much as you want.
Yeah.
So this is different. When they say as much as you want and then put your bag and bring it, we're going to wait for you. So this is different. Because we go some places, they said, eat as much as you want and then bring your bag, we're going to wait for you.
Yeah, how much you gonna eat?
How much you gonna eat? No, they say as much as you want.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter even if you eat as much as you buy. They tell you eat and then eat whatever you want and bring your bag. We're gonna wait for you. So this is not included. And then so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, be just. Okay. Can someone make a mistake? Possible to make mistakes while you're selling or buying?
Of course.
So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لا نكلف نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah will not charge you for these mistakes. The same ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we not charge you for what you don't know. And if you make mistakes.
That's amazing. It's right after that part because it's
No, right after the part. وَأَوْفُوا الْكَيْلَ وَالْمِيزَانَ بِالْقِسْطِ لَا نُكَلِّفُ نَفْسًا إِلَّا وُسْعَهَا. Right after. So be just. Be just with the scale when you sell. Doesn't matter if you're selling a car, if you're selling a house, don't hide stuff. Don't hide. Brothers, I found a car in Webster. Here in Webster, all of you know Webster. So I found the car was reasonable price. So I called the person, I said, there's anything wrong with the car? He said, no. I said, okay. I'm coming. I got the address. I went to the address. So I got there. I said, I called him. I said, I'm outside. So he came from the house. He came out. We know each other. He said, Imam, I don't want to sell to you. Right away. Wallahi, right away.
We got caught.
He may hear this lecture. I'm not going to mention his name. Nobody knows. So he said, Imam, I don't want to sell it to you. I said, no, why? He said, I don't want to sell it to you. I said, you have to tell me why. Because I like this car. He said, honestly, there's an issue. I take it to many places, they said, they don't know. What is it? I said, brother, I called you. You said there's nothing wrong with the car. He said, yeah, but because they don't know. They don't know the problem. I said, brother, right now I'm more serious to buy from you because I don't want you to sell to someone and then I tell him. Right? He may hear the lecture because he lives in Rochester with us. He lives in Webster. I said, right now I'm more serious to buy the car from you because I don't want you to sell to someone you're not telling. He dropped. I forget.
Half the price from the price.
I think I don't know. He may give the lecture, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he dropped 1,500 for himself. He said, okay, I take off. I think 1,500. He said, okay, I'm not. This is off. So I got the car from him, and I got the car. So I parked it by Brother Abdul Qadir's gas station. I put the sign for sale. The first person he called me, I went to the car. He came. I said, let me tell you the story. I tell him the story from the beginning to the time I parked the car. He said, don't worry about it. I'm a mechanic.
Worked out.
So doesn't matter what you're selling. You have to be just. So it's not mean only skill. Only when you put something on a scale, be just. No. Anything dealing with buying and selling is a skill. You have to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and be just. And if you try to be just and if you make a mistake, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, لا نكلف نفسا إلا وسعها. The person, he make a mistake with no niyyah, he not purposely, he make a mistake, happens. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he's not going to charge him for this.
Like the old car, if you know that it needs say new tires, you might not know something that's wrong in the engine, right? So now, I don't know every single thing that's wrong.
No. This is when you know something wrong, and you know something wrong, and you're not telling.
You hide it.
You hide it. Otherwise, you don't have to tell. Anything you have said. I have this. No. If the person asks for something, you're not gonna hide. You're not gonna say, I don't know. I had a car. I took to Uthman. Brother Uthman. So Uthman, I said, I want to sell this car. So anything wrong with the car? He said, everything is good, but the metal holding the tire, what do they call it?
Tie
The
out.
sharks.
The shocks?
Yeah, sharks.
Shocks, they call shocks? He said it may need, a little bit, it's not. I said, okay, change it. It's okay, change it. So when you know something, you're not hiding. You're not hiding to the people. Wallahi, the car, I sold it to the lady after a couple months. I think after 2 months. I give her a call. I said, I'm owner of the car. I want to know if the car is something. If everything's okay. She was at like end of 60s. She said, never in my life I hear something like this. After 2 months, you calling me. You want to make sure the car is okay. So it's give you, it will be a da'wah for you if you do it with the attention, with the need. Anyway, so selling anything, but house, cars, doesn't matter, whatever you have to be just, and fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَإِذَا قُلْتُمْ فَاعْدِلُوا وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى. And if you want to say something, if you're witnessing or anything, you have to say the truth. Even if for your people, even for yourself, against yourself, وَلَوْ عَلَى أَنفُسِكُمْ. Even upon yourself, your parents, your friends. Be trustworthy and say the truth. وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى وَبِعَهْدِ اللَّهِ أَوْفُوا. We all promise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to worship Allah alone and follow His religion and follow His prophets. So don't break your promise and follow your promise. Be upon the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Be upon the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't change until you die. ذَلِكُمْ وَصَاكُمْ بِهِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. This is the wasiyah. This is the command of Allah. This is the legislation of Allah for you to remember Allah's rights and to be upon the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who's going to remind me again from the beginning?
Don't worship other than Allah.
Don't worship anything other than Allah, meaning don't make a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Be good to
The
parents.
second, be good to your parents.
Don't bury your children.
Don't bury your kids because of the poorness.
Don't come close to fahisha.
Don't follow the fahisha. I forget one part of don't follow the fahisha. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الْفَوَاحِشَ. Allah doesn't say don't do the fahisha. He said don't get close. Meaning anything leaning to the bad, don't follow it. Stay away from it. Not only don't do it. No, stay away from the reasons leaning to the fahisha. Take it to the fahisha. Okay. Don't follow the fahisha. Don't get close to the fahisha.
Don't kill anyone with no rights.
Don't kill anyone with no rights.
Don't get close to the wealth of the orphans.
Don't deal with the wealth of the orphans except with rights. And then,
Sell something, you do it justly.
huh?
متفقين.
Skill.
Near the scale.
If you
Weigh.
sell, if you buy, if you're selling, if you buy, deal with just and fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Be truthful.
Be truthful when you want to say the truth. Against yourself, against your parents, against your people, say the truth. Don't lie. Okay?
Keep the promise.
statement.
Keep your promise. You promise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to worship Allah alone and to follow His Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and follow His religion. Don't break your promise. So this is the wasiyah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the legislation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I'm gonna stay here because we have the last part. We're gonna leave it for the next week, inshallah. And I give you some time, inshallah, for questions, if someone have questions.
I have a question.
Yes, right.
Number 3, so before 120 days, is it allowed for abortion?
120 days?
Before 120 days.
Huh?
Before 120 days, is it allowed
Before
to
120 days, the scholars, they have different, because some of them, they said is allowed, period, because, there's no soul. Some of them, they said no, still, you against the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, marry women, to have more kids. Then if you doing something to not have baby, so it's not allowed. So they have a difference. But anyway, even if someone did it, it's not like after the soul, after the baby have a soul. But I am very happy with the first opinion, which is not allowed, except there's a health issue. There's a reason with the health issue. It's bad for the mother, maybe hurting her, maybe something. So a health issue, like a recommendation or prescription or whatever from the doctor, otherwise it's not allowed.
One question.
Yes, sir.
So for buying and selling, so in some stores there is a box, some kind of fruit like 10 mangoes or 10 apples. So 1 or 2 is not good, like damage something. So there is beside a lot of open box. Changing with the good one is okay or not okay?
If the owner allowed that, it's okay. If not, it's not allowed. Like we talk about the public market. Basically,
The Aldi.
In Costco,
Aldi.
somewhere, some good store, they are not saying anything.
Yes, in the odd places, yes. Costco and Namaste, all of the places in Rochester. There's in some boxes they have 2 mangoes or 3 mangoes is in bad condition. That's why.
no, this is allowed for you. So because they have it there. So just they have in the boxes same as they have in one box.
Yeah.
So you can't choose the good one. It's the same rule.
Yeah, so
No, it's no problem. No,
$10 is for 10.
no, it's no problem. No, there's no problem. No, this is no problem.
Some owners want to tell you, don't take and change it.
No,
Don't
if they say don't change it,
Yes.
then it's not allowed for you. You can buy as is. If you want to buy it, if you want to leave it, so it's not allowed. Yes, brother.
You said that the birth control is not allowed unless for good reason. Is it also for like health reasons?
Health, yeah. that's the only reason. It's a health. There's a health issue.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's
And his health issue is not based on the person, based on recommendation of the doctor, because it's not just I don't feel good, or I get a headache, or I get some whatever reasons or excuses they use.
Oh, fahisha and desire the same thing or different thing? Desire?
No, desire is
The hawa.
shahwa. No, desire is a shahwa. It's different.
Desire could be halal.
يا شيخ لو واحد ياخذ هذا المحل ولا
Usually desire.
والله يعني يا شيخ
Yeah, it would be good.
شكله عشانك بارد
General term is that.
عوافي يا
This is
غالي
the Shaka.
Oh, Malik, this,
But usually when it's a desire, basically,
Yes, sir.
What is
people are
the,
pointing to
in,
that.
as far as orphans,
Like a
what's the
sharia?
definition of an orphan? Is it a person that doesn't have
When it's
both
a sharia,
parents, or doesn't have like a
Yeah,
father?
that's
Father.
what I want to ask.
The brother asking description of orphan. Orphan when he missed his father, not the mother. Subhanallah,
And the low, younger age.
it's under age of puberty. Some people they have kids, especially I hear this is from a woman. I'm orphan, and my husband he's oppressing me, and he don't know I'm an orphan. Now she have kids. She still call herself an orphan. The orphan, to the age of puberty. After age of puberty, it's not orphan anymore.
So here, is the mother is allowed to use the money then? If let's say if the father died and has a lot of money, but
And the mother, she's taking care of the kids, of course.
Of course.
use it, but okay.
So, orphanage is only only on a case of a death of the father, the death
Yeah.
itself, not like separation and
No.
they don't see them or okay.
What if like the father like leaves and doesn't just abandons the family? Is that
This is different situation, and this is random action. It's not. It's weird. It's not something.
But you don't call that kid orphan.
No, they're not orphan. But most of the parents they not do that. Especially when talking about Muslims.
Oh, Malik, the part where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, say the truth, وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَا قُرْبَى, even if it's your close relative. It's amazing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions, because that's where, if it's my daughter, then people, they take their side. And it's amazing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions.
Of course. That's why this is very important for the brothers. That's why I said, it's very important for the brothers to memorize. Yes, brother.